Yo, we live, back in the stoner trap. Hope y'all feeling good, man. We gonna dive right into it. We talking about THF, Bayzoo, and the legacy of the man. So we gonna tap right in.
Like I done beat a lot of shit, gang.
You don't know who baby is? 4-6, Warline.
You live your life. You did what you did. You gotta accept it. I don't want no motherfucker crying for me, bro. Don't cry at my feelings.
Welcome back to another episode of True Street TV, where we cover everything street related. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, and let's get right into it. Today's story brings us back to Chicago, Illinois, a city with some of the richest people in the country, along with some of the poorest and most dangerous neighborhoods in the country. Chicago is also well known for its huge project buildings, especially back in the 90s, and possibly one of the most well-known project buildings in the country's history for how violent and gang-infested the Cabrini Greens were.
Chicago Housing Authority Chief Louis Jordan calls it the end of an ugly era.
You would have had to live there to understand how bad it had gotten.
And no place was worse than Cabrini Green. Built in 1942 to provide decent housing for the poor, it became a symbol of concentrated poverty and neglect. Gangs ruled entire buildings. Residents were terrorized by violence.
And that brings us to the man we're here to talk about today, 35-year-old Devontae Collier, better known as THF Bayzoo.
Never knew that was Bayzoo real name. What was it again?
Entire buildings. Residents were terrorized by violence.
And that brings us to the man we're here to talk about today, 35-year-old Devontae Collier, better known as THF Bayzoo. Bayzoo has many nicknames, including Zoo and his childhood nickname Bebe, which he says he got from being such a bad kid. Being raised in the Cabrini Greens projects was far from an easy upbringing, and Bayzoo had older brothers and many family members deep in the streets influencing Zoo since a very young age.
Cabrini Green was like, I didn't witness so much shit coming up as a shorty, man. I believe like that's what just had me witness so
family members.
What handshake was that? You know I'm a Chicagoan, so I be peeping. When Chicago niggas around, we be peeping. When people come around and they shake hands, we looking right. Our eyes is right at y'all hands to identify what y'all are. 'Cause it's part of the culture to do a handshake of, I ain't gonna get too much out, but yeah, man, he look like one of the MCs, bro.
Deep in the streets, influencing Zoo since a very young age.
Cabrini Green was like, I didn't witness so much shit coming up as a shorty, man. I believe like that's what just had me grow the excitement of the drill culture for real. Watching my big brothers and shit when I was a shorty, like right. I was already advanced as a youngin', like a puppy off the porch. I was advanced.
Similar to what I spoke about in Take a Pong's story, as he was from a project building as well, they seen crazy things in these gang-controlled buildings, and that can corrupt a young child into a negative mindset.
Picture a no man's land with broken windows, dark abandoned buildings, no law and order. There are carefully demarcated areas controlled by rival bands of armed militia fighting over the rubble. Nearly every night there's sniper fire.
The Cabrini Greens began demolition in 1995, and final residents moved out in 2010 before it was eventually demolished in 2011. And Zoo would say the building he lived in was one of the first to be torn down, and his mother ended up moving to the low end. The low end is described as the south side of the city up to about 51st Street.
How far does the low end stretch?
That's 51st. 51st, right there. Where them buildings where they had the
It's always debated where the low end stop in Chicago. The low end meaning like the lower south side of the city, like going towards the north, I would guess. Upper south side, lower south side, I don't know. But going towards when you come in, whatever, man, y'all know what I mean. It's the streets are numbered on the south side, and basically the lower numbers represent the low end when you're headed towards downtown, right? Me, I'm from an area called the Wild Hundreds in Chicago. So I'm way far back. If the streets are numbered, they go damn near to the 200s. I'm in the 100s somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Once you get past 130th or 133rd or something like that, you're no longer in the city. So I'm way back there. I'm on the far south side. I always thought that the low end stopped on 55th, Garfield Avenue. I always thought. That's what I thought. But we gonna hear their opinion.
buildings, the Robert Taylors.
The low end stretch.
That's 51st. 51st, right there. Where them buildings where they had the buildings, the Robert Taylors.
As Zoo's mom moved near Woodlawn and 40.
That's fair enough to say, because all of the projects was considered on the low end. So if the last one ended on 51st, then 51st would be the end of the low end. If you look down there on this map, if you could see where it says DuSable History Museum, Black History Museum, it's a line right there by Washington Park that says Garfield Boulevard. That's where I always thought the low end stopped at, in my mind. You know what I'm saying? But bro, them got a different opinion.
As the hood went by 46 Terror and 46 Woodlawn, this is a very dangerous part of the city. Zoo would say he jumped all the way off the porch once he moved here, and he was also back and forth to his grandma's house, who lived near Cabrini on the 1300 block. Polo G is also from that area where Bayzoo grew up playing baseball before being in the streets. That's something surprising about a lot of Chicago's gang members growing up in the 90s and early 2000s. A lot of them did play baseball. And Bayzoo has multiple siblings, notably his little brothers Gutta and Lil Gutta. He would eventually be deep in the streets in his early teens and stay in trouble, living up to his nickname, Baby.
That's very true. A lot of us did play baseball in Chicago. It was just like a pastime in Chicago. That was like a favorite sport of everybody's. Really, in Chicago, we played all sports, but a lot of us grew up playing baseball. I played baseball from T-ball at like 4 years old all the way up to high school. Like, real life, could have went to college playing baseball if I wanted to, but I switched to music. My mind was on music, but a lot of us grew up on the south side playing baseball. South side, north side, east side. We even had a movie to represent how big the culture of baseball and like the south side ghettos was. It was called Hardball with Keanu Reeves. I think that was the actor. One of my homies, his name is Al Bundles. He's a rapper. He actually starred in the movie as a kid. He was like one of the kids that played along with G Baby. It get real deep, but yeah, that's accurate.
Hey.
And what about your siblings, your brothers?
Yeah, we was born and raised with each other,
right.
for sure. You know, like I told you, the family always been tight. I'd be at my OG crib out south, or I'd go back to my grandma's crib, just back and forth coming up as a young. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of siblings. Yeah. OG got 10 kids.
Okay.
6 boys, 4 girls. So our family big as hell anyway, you know.
He would end up getting caught stealing cars while in middle school, and when his family went to a family reunion near the city Cairo, which is in southern Illinois, only about 2 hours away from Memphis. Unknowingly to him, Zoo was getting left here by his mother to get him away from the Chicago streets and have a better chance at life. But Zoo was already deep in the trenches by this.
Let me tell y'all, Cairo, Illinois is so fucking dry, dude. I mean, it's black folks down there. We got a lengthy history down there. But it's like, man, bro, if you from Chicago all the way up here, the fast city where it's literally millions of people. You know what I'm saying? And then you go to something that's more slow paced like that, yeah, you're going to eventually end up leaving that shit.
Time and was looking for a way to come up on some money while down there, and he would eventually come up with a plan to rob a liquor store with his cousin, which he would eventually do, going in the store, producing a handgun, and running away with a few $100s.
Where they do the scratch offs and play the lottery and shit. Mm-hmm. Me as a young nigga, guess what I was thinking in the lottery machine? Yeah. Millions of dollars. That's what I thought. Right. I ain't know no better. You know, I'm watching movies and shit. I did some fuck shit, man, on my kids. We plotted out, planned out. We ended up robbing liquor store, running them motherfucker, lay them down.
He would get away for a few weeks, but they eventually caught his accomplice, and Zoo left a thumbprint on the counter. And as armed robbery is a very serious crime to be charged with, Bayzoo was only around 13 years old. He would cop out to juvenile life instead of fighting the case and possibly getting charged as an adult, which could carry much harsher sentences. And luckily for him, he would be let out early, as juvenile life is usually until you're 21, but Zoo would get out at 17 years old after serving around 5 years. Zoo would spend 6 months in Harrisburg Detention Center, located around 10 hours from Chicago, before being sent to the Illinois Youth Center in Joliet, where he located around 10 hours from Chicago.
Damn. Wait, nah. 10 hours from Chicago. Go back.
Usually until you're 21, but Zoo would get out at 17 years old after serving around 5 years. Zoo would spend 6 months in Harrisburg Detention Center, located around 10 hours from Chicago.
That's cap. If that pen is right there and it says Illinois Youth Center Harrisburg, first of all, there's nowhere in Illinois that's 10 hours from Chicago. Let's get that straight. Cairo, Illinois, where he showed in the previous minutes of the video, it's about 5 hours from Chicago. and that's at the very bottom of Illinois. Once you leave Cairo, you're literally going over a bridge that's going to get ready to take you to Kentucky. Or you can go over to Missouri, either one. But the thing is, you can't go 10 hours away, bro. He capped. That's why you can't believe everything that you hear on the internet.
Before being sent to the Illinois Youth Center in Joliet, where he would spend around 2 years. But these prisons were very far away from his family in Chicago, and then
Joliet is only 30 minutes, 40 minutes tops from Chicago. I went to high school in Joliet for like a year. I went to 2 high schools in Joliet. I went to Joliet West, which is on the west side, like around white folks. There's some black people go there, but I got kicked out of that school and ended up going to an alternative school called Premier Academy, right across the bridge from the casino. Bad boy school. I'm talking about it's fucked up. It's really like a youth jail damn near. But yeah, that shit ain't super far. His family could get to that shit. He capping.
Eventually sent him to St. Charles Detention Center, which is right outside of Chicago, where he would spend 2 years here and get out at 17, reuniting with a lot of his neighborhood friends in these detention centers. And Zoo wouldn't be out long before being caught with a gun in Chicago and catch his first adult case. A close friend of Zoo's, who was from the same hood, would sadly pass away from cancer in 2007, and they had to be close as we hear Zoo merch on Carl a lot. And as Butta does say in his viral story he told on DJU about Bayzoo, he recalls Zoo saying on Carl many times while in jail, while running the deck.
Everybody out they cell. It's the middle of the night. The COs, get in y'all cell. Baby on call. On call, bitch going to cell. Woo, bitch on call. My son, bitch getting the cell on call. Woo. Now I ain't gonna lie, I be in the voice, I be that. Cause that behind that door. I'm on too good. We gotta get up in my head. We gotta get up off this bitch. They gonna kill us over here.
And around this time, Bayzoo's hood, THF, also got into it, one of the most well-known hoods in the city, 051 Young Money, who are located just blocks away from THF. And like every Chicago war, this would end very bad. On March 13, 2008, a well-loved 051 member named Carlos Merrill, who went by Los, would sadly be gunned down by a man named France Witten, who went by THF Franco. This was 051's first death in this manner, and Franco would be convicted of this murder and sentenced to 55 years in prison, where he still sits today. And this would officially kick off one of the deadliest and longest ongoing wars in the streets of Chicago.
Why is everyone using ninja transfers?
Ninja transfers is definitely killing them. The quality.
Half of y'all ass basketball players and mamas, boys.
I still play basketball. And I'm still a mama boy.
You ain't telling the media that, did you? Who forced y'all in?
I still play basketball.
Hey, Melly, who forced y'all in this shit?
Who the reason why we play with guns?
Who forced y'all in this shit?
Y'all the first people to do it.
Y'all would drive y'all mama's cars in 8th grade, bro.
See, you lying. I want to drive my mama's car.
I want to drive y'all asses in grammar school driving y'all mama's cars. The whole Young Money was bitches and basketball players.
And Zoo would later speak on Los while on live with THF Billa.
Hey, you hear me? Bro, Los was my man's, nigga. Los been a gangster. You was just his dick rider.
Oh, hey, on Wall Grade, bro.
I ain't gonna take it from Los. Los was a gangster. You was his fan, nigga. You was his homie. On call, your ass went with the shit, nigga.
You was Los flunky on gutter grade.
He know that.
The next year in 2009, Zoo was around 18 years old and he was deep in the streets. A well-known THF member was actually Zoo's right-hand man, who goes by the name THF Bruh. Bruh is well known as a loose screw, and he was also close with guys like Lil Reese growing up.
Okay, Mr. Clare was involved in a fight inside cell 106. You wish to make a statement in regards to what happened in the cell, sir?
This dick.
Just that?
You and Bruh was real good friends?
Yeah, that was like my best friend.
Really? We heard Bruh was a fucked up individual.
Yes.
Damn, and that was your best friend?
That's all.
So what was so fucked up about Bruh?
I ain't gonna lie, Shorty was like that though. Everybody knew that.
It's him, man, putting Keith to sleep and throwing him in the garbage.
He ain't never put Chief Keef to sleep and throw him in the garbage. This nigga right here, folks look like a caveman.
You ever seen somebody get put to sleep first off, let alone get thrown in the garbage? That, bro, I was scared of bruh. I'm not them niggas. I tell bruh, please. See me? I put myself out, hey bro, I'm scared of you, bro.
Not you pleading, he said please. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not doing that to no man. I don't give a fuck who you think you is, bro. Yeah, how big, strong, tough, how many guns you got, we not doing that. Especially you, this dude right here, he's supposed to be a God-fearing man. That's the only person man, what? Got me fucked up, bro.
Please don't do that to me.
Bruh was also responsible for T Slick's eye being poked out after stabbing it with a metal hanger.
What bruh did, bro? Why the fuck would you have an iron rod and hit T Slick in his eye like this? Like this?
No, we was real young, shit. Like 5.
Damn, he knocked folks out for real? I always thought that was some cap shit. Hold on, let's see what bro say.
Me and my homie, we f***ing around. He f***ed around and swung the little stick, swiped across my shit. My shit was put out ever since.
So you talking about bruh?
Swiped across my shit, f***ing around. Real young, shit. Like 5.
Okay.
Me and my homie, we f***ing around. He f***ed around and swung the little stick, swiped across my shit. My shit was put out ever since.
Okay, he was 5 years old. So that kind of give me a little bit of context to it. Because I'm like, damn. I'm thinking like they damn a grown man or some shit. And he hit him in this shit and his eye came out. Damn. When you small like that, when you a child, when you real little like that, everything on you is still fragile. You know what I'm saying? So a freak accident like that definitely could fuck you over for life. So, man, that's crazy.
So you talking about bruh?
Yeah.
And Bruh and Bayzoo would be side by side running the streets, being the muscle for THF. And on July 6 of 2009, the streets would be shook as 21-year-old Dominic Barnes was standing near the 4700 block of South Forestville Avenue when 2 men would allegedly walk up to Barnes and question him about his gang affiliation. Before one of the men produced a handgun and shot him to death, these 2 men are rumored to be Zoo and Bruh. And this was a broad day crime that happened around 10 in the morning, but no suspects were arrested immediately after this. Zoo would continuously get locked up and be in and out of jail, as well as being known to be very active in the streets.
It's Woodline crazy, man. You feel me? Free my man TG, free breed, 4-6 to the dirt. All you bitch ass dirty low niggas, y'all getting this something. I seen what you bitch ass niggas got all on the internet against your man's baby, but look, y'all ain't ready. It is what it is, man. Straight up. Fuck you mean.
He was on that early. He looked super young in that video.
To all the ISVs and software developers using Stripe for your part.
And he would be surrounded by death like many involved in the Chicago gang wars. In 2011, his brother Gutta would sadly pass away after allegedly shooting himself in the head while playing with a revolver.
He was in the house.
I hear him merch on Gutta a lot. I did not know that his brother unalived himself. Damn. His brother unalived himself?
Straight up, fuck you mean.
And he would be surrounded by death like many involved in the Chicago gang wars. In 2011, his brother Gutta would sadly pass away after allegedly shooting himself in the head while playing with a revolver.
He was in the house.
At 17 years old, that is so fucking young, man. Wow. I just think back to them days of being young and being teenagers and having blicks around, and people, you know how that is. That's not like foreign, no matter who you are, black, white, Mexican. When young men get around and they get rambunctious, it may be guns around, and they start playing around with them. This is why gun safety is super important, because bro unalived himself with a revolver is crazy. I want to tell his crazy story of some shit my cousin did with a revolver, but I ain't gonna put him out there like that.
The gun accidentally went off and shot him in the head or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's how he passed away.
This was a very tough loss for Zoo, as this was his blood
R.I.P. the Gutta. Peace be upon that, brother.
And on top of that, the war with Young Money was also heating up, as on April 11, 2011, Zoo was walking with another THF member who went by THF Quint, a 17-year-old whose real name was Quentin Turner, brother of well-respected member THF Rome, who was also walking with Zoo and Quint at around 5 p.m. on 46 and Cottage Grove, when a car would pull up and let off shots at the group, striking all 3 of them, with Quint sadly getting the worst of it, being shot in the back of the head and neck, being killed instantly. Rome and Bayzoo would luckily survive this shooting, as they too could have easily been killed. The 2 groups will go on to trade murders back and forth in the ongoing years, as THF Black was also killed a year later in 2012, as he was shot to death.
This is all allegedly, man. Alleged.
With an AK-47. And a year later, THF would get back, killing a female Young Money member named Big A, whose real name was Amanda Fitch, sister of well-respected Young Money member R.
Wait, go back, because he kind of sliding through shit fast. One was shot to death in a vehicle at a gas station in the South Side Woodline neighborhood Wednesday night. Amanda Finch, 24, was found dead in the vehicle at 5:56 p.m. in the 6600 block of South Stony Island. Oh, that gas station right there, that's that BP. That's a dangerous ass gas station. If you from Chicago and you from like the southeast side, you know about that gas station. Or is that BP on that's BP right across the street from McDonald's. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's a dangerous spot right there, hot spot. Cause Stony Island is like a fake little sub highway, and you could get right to it's not a sub highway, it's just like a 6-lane big ass street. But it's right on the side of Lake Shore, right around that area. So a lot of people frequent coming through there. You know what I'm saying? It's a shortcut, so you'll get spotted if you a target. Sound like this person was a face. Shooting took place at the gas station. Sources say Finch was taken to John H. Stroger Jr. Hospital of Cook County, where she was pronounced dead at 6:53 p.m. A spokesman for the Cook County Medical Examiner Office said police believe the shooter left the scene in another vehicle. What that say? Urasati said? Nah, that's your city. No one is in custody, police said. Area Central detectives are investigating what they say is a gang-related shooting. So,
named Big A, whose real name was Amanda Finch, sister of well-respected Young Money member Ario. And the streets do say Ario eventually told the police that Zoo admitted to killing his sister to him, but Zoo would never be charged with his death. But Zoo would get locked up around this time, being charged as an armed habitual, facing a lot of time, as this is a very serious charge in Chicago.
So is this when Zoo was locked up around the same time as King Von, and then they both got out because they beat the murder charges? Then they made a song together in a video called Beat That Body. I think that was both of their first song. And that shit kind of blew up.
And around this time, he was also very close with Lil Durk, as he is seen in Lil Durk's music video, This Ain't What You Want.
You can go, I know. This ain't what you want.
As well as 52 Bars Part 2, where Durk shouts out Bayzoo by his name.
You don't know who baby is? 46 Woodline.
And many more events will go on following this, including Lil Mark from 051 dropping the song Competition and being killed just a few days later for it in March of 2014.
Wake up, ate a bowl of chips while I was blown on big thing.
OTF Newski dropping the song Competition.
I remember when this happened. Everybody kind of know the story of Lil Mark. Yeah, that was tragic. I'm talking about that man made that song and he died like hours later, if a day later. You know what I'm saying? Like it was really quick. Police are investigating the fatal midday shooting of a man in Washington Park. A 20-year-old man was shot in his head at 1:27 p.m. in the 300 block of East 51st Street. 300 block. That's about. It's like Indiana or Michigan, somewhere around that area. Man, I definitely remember when this happened, bro. Said at the scene of a shooting, a body lay covered in front of a bus shelter that had been shot out. Damn. Area was taped off as police investigated. He was pronounced dead on the scene, she said. Area Central detectives are investigating. No one
and being killed just a few days later for it in March of 2014.
Wake up, ate a bowl of chips while I was blown on big thing.
OTF Newski, cousin of Lil Durk, would also be killed in 2014, and this is rumored to be work of 051 Melly, who was Bayzoo and Lil Durk's biggest op, especially following the death of Newski. And on November 5th, 2014, Zoo would be at Lil Durk's house when police would raid the house as they had a warrant for Bayzoo for the murder of Dominic Barnes that him and Bruh were allegedly responsible for years earlier in 2009. Zoo was now in the Cook County jail and would spend the next 4 years fighting this case, and many big events would go on while he was gone.
Who is THF Bruh?
I ain't know he called himself THF Bruh. But Bruh who he is, man, a rat. Bruh one of the ones who got down on me, blood on the body, you get what I'm saying? So a lot of these niggas scatter shorty. They sucking his dick, whatever the situation is. He talk crazy, he get crazy, he act crazy. No respect coming from my way. That's all y'all need to know, man. Like,
in early 2015, a younger THF member named THF Raheem, who happened to be very close to Bayzoo, dealt with Raheem's mother and looked at Raheem like
that was as respectable as you can be. Talking about, I mean, really, I would have said no comment, next question, but you know, at least he didn't say, man, fuck his bitch ass. He could have went crazy on him. You know what I'm saying? He showed some type of restraint.
a godson. Raheem would shoot at 051 members. Younger THF member named THF Raheem, who happened to be very close to Bayzoo, as Zoo dealt with Raheem's mother and looked at Raheem like a godson. Raheem would shoot at 051 members, striking Melly in the foot, and 051 Ario, the brother of 051 Big A, was struck as well, but both would survive. And this would be a huge mistake, as just around 2 weeks later, on May 24th, 2015, 15-year-old Raheem Dameron was leaving a restaurant near 45th and Cottage Grove in THF's hood. Raheem was with a group of 4 or 5 boys all around his age.
Golden's, I love that restaurant too. They got some good ass chicken at Golden's. I'm talking about, I go there more. It's a Harold's right down the street. I go there more than Harold's. No cap.
When a silver sedan pulled up and fired shots at the group, fatally striking Raheem. Zoo would later speak on how much this hurt him, as he was very close to the 15-year-old boy. And to the surprise of nobody, 05.
2 teens were shot, one fatally, in Kenwood on Sunday evening around 8:15 p.m. A 14-year-old and a 15-year-old boy was standing outside in the 800 East block of 45th Street when shots was fired from a light-colored car, said Officer Stacy Cooper, a Chicago police spokeswoman. The 15-year-old boy was shot in his back and was found unresponsive in the alley. He was pronounced dead on the scene, Cooper said. He was identified as Raheem Dameron of the 5600 South Justine Street. He was pronounced dead at 8:56 p.m. according to Cook County Medical Examiner Office. Damn, they smoked this 15-year-old boy and left him in the alley. Maybe he tried to run from the because I'm thinking about like the area. He probably tried to run once he got hit and bled out in the alley. R.I.P. Lil Raheem.
051 was responsible for this killing, as 20-year-old Arius Fitch, who went by 051 Ario, who again is the brother of female Big A, he was arrested for this murder. And a witness would also identify Melly as being in the car with Ario.
That's crazy, man. I mean, this is shit that we all heard going back and forth, and all of this is still alleged. This is things that we heard in the Chicago culture coming up, but to see somebody put 1 and 2, you know.
Niggas hoes. Show your face. Show your face. Show your face. You niggas hoes, y'all scared of me. You wanna know why y'all don't show y'all face? Cause you know if you show your face, you gonna get dealt with, right? You can show my son, Ray, that sight, all that. Where's your face at? Kimon. You niggas bitches. Get your whole ass on my page.
And more big events would conspire while Zoo was locked up, like OTF Chino being killed, Bobo's death, as well as Zoo tragically losing his daughter, who passed away after what he claims was negligence by his baby mother's boyfriend.
A lot of people be trying to make it seem like Young Money was goofies, or they the most hated, but man, it sound like they was going back and forth. It sound like it was an even exchange or whatever. And all of this sound fucked up, you know what I'm saying? So, especially for it to stem from, you see how one person get killed and then it's just an ongoing thing, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And all this still alleged, because we don't know, people just putting stuff together on the internet. The whole thing is both of these sides got beefs with plenty of other people throughout the city. So, there's no telling who did what. People just kind of put pieces together because once somebody died, certain people be claiming it. So it's a lot to the Chicago drill culture, quote unquote.
At the time, who was giving the infant baby girl a bath when she supposedly drowned.
Yeah, she drowned in the tub and shit, man.
Wow.
My baby mama, I don't know, she was young, man, on some dick dumb shit. With some little nigga from out of town. But I don't give a who you go find. Like, shit, no other nigga that ain't his child. I don't even I done raised plenty of my daughter's blood. I ain't never bathed them. It's just my conscience. Like, I can't do it. You feel me?
And I couldn't imagine dealing with all of this while also fighting for my life, but Zoo would stay strong and eventually win the trial, being found not guilty for the murder of Dominic Barnes in January of 2018. And he would walk free from this case, similar to King Von, who also beat his case around this time. And Durk would quickly fly both of them out to Atlanta and take them shopping. They would release the song Beat That Body on October 6th of 2018. And this was huge and absolutely blew up King Von, as it sits over 13 million views today.
Beat the body, now the trenches call me Rocky. Shout out the members, them my motherfucking partners.
Durk,
that's what I just said. I was like, it was that murder that he got out for around the time that him and King Von got out together, and I think it was.
And Von were on their way to major success, and Zoo was right along for the ride, being a strong leader amongst OTF, pretty much being Durk's right-hand man, but he would constantly face legal troubles, being caught with guns. Von and Zoo would also appear on 16 Shot 'Em, where King Von did his first interview. OTF will go on to become one of the most famous groups in the country, behind Lil Durk and King Von's star power. And Zoo would miss a lot of this, as he was unfortunately dealing with many legal troubles on the way, fighting multiple gun cases. He was also with Von the night he passed away, but Zoo left from around Von before Von went to the Monaco Hookah Lounge, where the late King Von unfortunately lost his life after fighting with Quando Rondo. And Zoo would later speak about this in interviews, which he finally decided to take on in 2023.
After the album release party, he's supposed to went to the Airbnb. I don't got no knowledge on who influenced him to go to the other club. Me and all my guys that was.
I wonder why it took him 3 years to speak on the situation. Was it because he was locked up, or he just didn't want to talk about it?
Car I was in, went to the Waffle House. You know, I smoke cigarettes, bro. We at the Waffle House ordering something to eat. So I'm thinking they finna go to Airbnb, so we at the Waffle House. I'm outside smoking a cigarette. And my phone and shit, on my phone and shit on my door. I hear every shot, like, I hear that bitch sound like Wild Wild West, gang. And 8 minutes after I hit the shots, and we talking about the shit, Von Hellcat fly past the Waffle House, bro. But they been rolled past and went and did what they did, but it's Charles to fly past the Waffle House and blow the red light. When it ran a red light, I knew what was going on. I'm like, damn, like that was just Von. Y'all didn't see Von Charles? They on the guys, that was just Von Charles.
Doing his first interviews, telling his life story with No Jumper, DJU, and Off the Porch. Also dropping many big songs along the way, like Murder Story, Big Boss, No Plan, and many more. And although Zoo was a rapper at OTF, he had real respect in the streets, and like Durk said in the song, fans think Zoo a chief because he really was a big factor.
Low-key wanna get you out the way, they say he a chief out here.
Now let's get into the drama that led up to Zoo's ultimate downfall. In March of 2022, Lil Zay Osama released a big song titled Fuck My Cousin, and just a few months later, Zay would send the song to Lil Durk, offering Durk money to pay for a feature, as Durk was one of the hottest rappers in the country at the time, fresh off of the release of the album 7220. Durk would quickly respond to Zay, telling him he got him and he would do the feature and video for free, with the song going absolutely crazy, sitting at over 70 million views today.
The night my brother died, if you was there, just know you died too.
And Durk also kind of recruited Lil Zay to OTF, but never formally signed him. And in turn, Lil Zay would be added to a group chat with Durk and other OTF members. And as we know, Durk is closely tied in with THF, so many THF members were in this chat, and Lil Zay became cool with many of them, including Zoo. Eventually, Lil Zay would shoot a music video, and many THF members would show up to this video. Zay would end up getting drunk and returning to his hotel room, taking his watches off in the main room, before heading to his room where he would go to sleep. He would mention that he was so drunk and sleepy, he got some money out of his pocket to buy something off of the THF members who came up to his room, and he would fall right back to sleep, not knowing some of the members would steal his watches on their way out. And Zay would speak on this in a No Jumper interview, saying,
"That's some grimy shit, though. That is some grimy shit." And at the end of the day, the thing about it is, whoever stole those watches was not thinking, or just didn't give a damn about the ties that they was breaking. Because you got people that you putting around each other and you trying to kind of mold them together, if you will, in certain ways. And certain people are different, you know what I'm saying? Certain people handle themselves different in the trenches and they don't mesh together well. So with that already exist, and then somebody gonna steal from you like you a goofy, can you blame Lil Zay for being mad?
He expected Durk or Zoo to be able to get the jewelry back, but instead they began beefing and have been into it to this day.
No one's on some low down, dirty, broke shit. You feel me? seen the opportunity and went for it. You feel me? Didn't care about the after effect of nobody else. Didn't care about the relationships, the bonds that it was gonna break or, you know what I'm saying? Nothing. They just cared about self at that point. You know what I'm saying? So they went with their move and they did what they did, and you know.
What did I just say? What did I just say? And then this the thing, he asking Dirk or Zoo to get it back. Yeah, them your guys, but they can't control certain people. You get what I'm saying? Dirk just made 30 or 33 or something like that. Zoo just made 35 before he died. Not to say that they too far in age, but y'all gotta understand how the trenches of Chicago work. Don't nobody really listen to nobody at the end of the day. It's like the Wild West. Everybody kinda for theyself, like he just said. So if everybody is for theyself, how can you expect them to tell these young soldiers to get shit back? They not listening, bro. They fuck around, get down on Zoo or get down on Dirt. You know what I'm saying? Because this trench politics just get crazy, bro.
It is what it is.
A few murders will go on to
This why, let me say one more thing. This is why you can't mix rap in the streets. You got to detach yourself. You got to do one or the other.
Retaliation to this, including THF TP being killed and DMG Lil Deuce also being killed. And ultimately, this would end up with THF Zeus sadly being gunned down just a few days ago while he was at a car parts shop located on the 3100 block of South Lewis Avenue. It was around 3 p.m. on October 25th. Zeus was standing in a parking lot near two other men when two gunmen would approach them and shoot the group down, striking Zeus in his torso area multiple times with what appears to be a Draco or an ARP. Two of the men would survive this attack, but it was clear Bayzoo was the main target as he was shot a lot more than the other two guys, and he would sadly be taken off of life support Sunday morning. This was a tragic loss for the city of Chicago, as Zoo is one of the most well-loved people from the city, and I can't imagine what Lil Durk is going through as he's locked up fighting for his life, and many OTF members are back in the trenches, and Zoo would pay dearly for this. And crazy enough, I've been working on Zoo's video for a few weeks, and he just happened to pass away this weekend, which is crazy. Condolences to his family and especially his kids. If you enjoy this kind of content, hit that like, subscribe.
Peace be upon you, Aki. May Allah be pleased, cause man, that's crazy. I ain't even gonna lie, it's crazy work watching that.
There's a picture of THF Zoo's son that's going viral right now. It's crazy because he is an exact replica of his father. Like, he looked just like dude. And it just lets you know that it's a lot of shorties out here that's being left behind. Like, real talk, it's a lot of shorties out here that's being left without a father, and it's crazy. Because
Let me tell you this. He ain't lying, and it's been going on for way too long, man. For a long time. Let's put it that way. I'm a product of Chicago streets. The way that y'all seeing this shit go down back and forth. My father was killed in 91. I was born in 92. I was literally like in my mama's stomach. She was a few months pregnant. And he got took off the streets. And then I pop out looking the exact same as the man. And you see where the cycle can kind of continue as shit keep going. Like how I grew up in the same South Side streets. I grew up literally in Roseland, far south, but still spent a lot of time in the Woodline neighborhood, blocks away from where my father grew up and was killed at. So it's like until I became a grown man, while I was well traveled around the country and I could see the differences between the cultures, when I came back to it, I'm like, bro, this can't continue, gang. Because you see how this shit can go. It's going to go one way or the other. You know what I'm saying?
at some point, at what point do you look at it like, when you out here in the streets and you got kids, you really putting the streets before your kids, you know? Something happened to you, and then what do that lead them? It really ain't nothing but two options. Either going to the streets theyself or go another route. And most of them end up going to the streets theyself behind that hurt, you know what I'm saying? You know what they say, hurt people hurt people. I just watched that No Jumper interview, and Bayzoo actually predicted his death. He was saying what would never happen to him. He was saying ops would never catch him. These goofies ain't advanced enough for him. And, he would never lack. And the crazy part about it is he kind of described exactly what happened to him. He said, niggas running up on you and you not seeing them. He said anybody can get hit, basically. It don't take but 1 second for you to not be paying attention or for you to have your head down and goofies run up on you and you not seeing them. And I said, whoa. I said, damn, that's crazy, because, that exact situation is what happened to him. And like I said again, it's sad, man. Not only Zoo, I noticed that KTS Dre's son, he's in the streets. He really just started posting after Dre died. And he dissing the dead, and he's doing this and he's doing that. A lot of these shorties don't even be on that. And then when shit happen to their pops or their mama or a family member or a friend that they love, they end up getting on that,
He ain't lying. They start getting active. I'm telling you. It's something wicked about that, bro. When your family get took out, this shit is different. It make your mind think about different type of evils, bro. And you may have not even been that type of person your whole entire life.
So part of this shit is trauma for real.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how it go. Once blood is spilled, you can't undo that.
Mm-mm.
And niggas got too much pride and ego to allow somebody to be walking around knowing that they took their loved one, But yeah, that's what it is, man. That's what it is, man. It's your boy S.
Man.
Creators, stop paying for tools that don't.
R.I.P. to the brother Bayzoo, for sure. For sure, Ski.
Now Zay Osama, he's from 63rd, right?
Yeah, he from 63rd, but not my 63rd, the other 63rd. Break that shit down.
Okay, because, a lot of shit is stemming from...
63rd is the main street in Chicago. That's a South Side street. And on 63rd, it basically could take you, when you're on the South Side, it could take you east, literally from the lake of the city. That's the furthest point east that you can go. And it could take you way far west. I'm talking about way past Midway Airport, really far west. So it's like a main line right through the city.
I think 2 watches, and I'm not saying he got anything to do with the Bayzoo shit, but the 2
Let's
watches...
break that down. So a lot of people like, J-Man, can you say Lil Zay wrong? Put it like this, Chicago niggas, we greed different. Once a motherfucker do something to you, you gotta do something back. But guess what? A lot of people see me pushing peace and y'all still do shit to J-Man as far as dissing my dead homies, but y'all know I ain't on that. But y'all got something going on with folding them and da-da-da. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it's certain shit that be out of our control. But Lil Zay being a voice, he got the power, bro, to stop this before it gets too far, gang. That's all I'm saying, bro. Lil Zay got songs with Dirt. He a big influence. THF a big influence. They need to stop that shit for more people, for some start hap. Like, this shit getting out of hand, Sean. I talked to him before, they like, J-Man, now this shit going on with THF now might be bigger than the shit with them and Young Money is. I say, I don't agree,
And we just got done watching the entire video about the back and forth between THF and Young Money, supposedly. So keep that in context while he's saying this.
it ain't got to that magnitude yet, if you know what I know, but it hit different though, because it can go that route. It can get further. It can get deeper for it. If Foden don't stop this shit, it'll get out of hand. Now innocent motherfuckers getting killed. I don't know the situation with 757 BA baby mama. May she rest in peace. Like Bayzoo, may he rest in peace, bro. But they say
that young lady that got killed in that tinted car. That was 757 BA baby mama. I kept hearing 757 and all of this, but I ain't. 757 BA, he a rapper from Chicago. 757 is like a little area on the low end. So, man, let's see what you got.
killed the girl in front of the baby, gang. They say the baby was right there. Like, come on, bro. Like, that shit unfair, gang. Like, bro, our women ain't safe in Chicago. Like, we didn't even have, like, I hope she ain't dropped that low, but if she didn't drop that low, that's fucked up that child did that to her. Whoever did that, gang. Like, that's fucked up.
I was hearing that was a case of mistaken identity. I wish I could remember the video I watched, and it kind of made it make sense. I want to say it's one of Street News TV videos. We'll find it after this, though.
And y'all be out here playing God, folks. Y'all not God, gang. Shout out to young.
Yeah, I heard they thought that it was a male in that car because it was really tinted. I heard they thought it was a dude that they was looking for that drives that car, and they shot into it, not knowing it was an old girl. So I don't know. We gotta see.
Boy, but folks not God. Y'all letting him spit on y'all and shit. It hit different. Shout out YB. But folks not God. Michael Jackson wasn't God. J Mane is not God. Now my real name Jeremiah. I'm a prophet from the Bible. That's why I whoop like this. Break this shit all the way down, Sean.
It hit different.
It hit different. I'm a prophet from the Bible. My name come from the Bible. You heard of the book of Jeremiah, Sean?
Folks play too much.
Break this shit all the way down, Sean. It hit different. So when I speak, it hit different for a reason, Sean.
I feel him though. I feel him.
It hit a little different.
I feel him.
What is your predictions on Chicago? Do you feel like it gets crazier? Do you feel like it calms down? What do you think comes next with the Chicago with all this shit going on?
Do I think it calms down? Put it like this. Damn, man. Sean, in Chicago, we did see shit calm down. We did see shit calm down. Now this is do grow. This shit ain't even making my shit grow, bro. I'm talking about do grow. This shit don't grow.
What? Do grow. He said this shit don't grow. Why you making this ugly ass face, man? Folks play too damn much.
Chicago, what was the question?
Go back. No.
Now this is do grow. This shit ain't even making my shit grow, bro.
Gang. Damn, Jay, man, I ain't know the roof was missing like this. Folks pulled up with the ceiling missing for real. Hey, G, to do this in an interview is goddamn it, is bold. Shit, that nigga proud of his scalp. Fuck you talking about, bro.
I'm talking about do grow. This shit don't grow. Now in Chicago, what was the question? Damn.
Do you think shit gets crazier after this?
We seen the violence
He might
in
as well
Chicago.
just cut it off. He might as well just cut that shit off. Just cut it off, bro. Get the super low fade or just go bald, man.
Slow down. When J Mane and Tay Savage started pushing the piece, cause you had all the real niggas like, hold on, is this what we on? Can we do this right now? Then when certain shit get to happening,
any design, any color, on any material. You don't get that with other transfers.
The whole process is super easy.
some motherfuckers just naturally killers and they get tired of just keeping peace. For them, some motherfuckers is naturally fucked up and them motherfuckers that need to be locked up. You catch my drift? Some motherfuckers do need to, I can't say that, I can't say nobody really needs, it's hard to say motherfuckers need to be like, they don't need to be with us. They need to be somewhere else. They need to be somewhere else, not around women, kids, and children, because y'all don't know how to act.
I can kind of agree with that to an extent because like he said, it's a certain population of people that just want to be civilians. Think about this. All of this shit that y'all hear about Chicago, wherever I go throughout the country. I don't even live in Chicago anymore. I live in the South now. But the whole thing about it is when people meet us, they have a certain viewpoint on us because of all of this drill shit. But like I tell people all the time, Chicago is a city of 3 million plus people. You think all of them out there gang banging and slanging and drilling and killing, and no, bro, it's people that go to work, go to school, build businesses, drive Uber. Like, it's people that just do regular shit every damn day, gang. The population of this type of shit is so fucking minute. It's so small compared to the overall. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit that goes on in Chicago. Chicago's a very rich city on top of the street level shit that goes on. We just won best city in the world like 9th year in a row. The architecture, the river, the lake, everything about Chicago is just, it's beautiful. The food, the people, the culture, the music. It's a vibe, but you got this underworld society that exists. You know what I'm saying? And it's brothers like this, like J-Mane, like the Unity Movement, like Golden Child, like various other people that's pushing a positive narrative coming straight from out the trenches where that shit is going, because they want to clean it up. So if you on a different type of time and you ain't on none of that, I don't know, man. Maybe they should close off the whole Inglewood and just make it a shooting range. I don't like saying shit like that, because I think everybody can adjust and get to that movement of, if you not holding hands saying kumbaya, we could at least stay out of each other's way if we got issues and look at stuff on a bigger scale. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of what the brothers J-Mane and the rest of the people are trying to push. Despite how you may look at them, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a positive message.
Even civilians, even black men who trying to go from one place to another. Just like you can go downtown Chicago, that shit don't look nothing like the neighborhoods that we be in,
Nope.
Sean. It's like I had to explain to baby girl the other day, like, it's 2 different parts of Chicago. It's 2 different parts of Chicago. What you mean? Because there's places in Chicago you can go and ain't shit gonna happen. Then there's other places where shit always gonna happen, Sean. It hit different. So the violence in Chicago, did it slow down? Hell yeah, that shit slowed down for a nice little minute on Fulton Grade. You weren't even hearing about shit like this. That's why this, now when I'm hearing back about shit, you hearing about shit like this again, now Sean calling me for an interview, like, what the f going on, J-Man? It's hitting different.
But understand what the brother is saying, and understand this, that is done on purpose. That's done by design. That everybody didn't just wake up in poverty and say, all right, cool, let's get the guns out, everybody gotta die. That's not what the fuck happened. We don't manufacture the guns that's in our neighborhoods. We don't make them switches. We don't make we not responsible for the upkeep of all of these businesses, because they not even letting us in to certain degrees as far as gentrification and housing and ownership. We don't make the drugs that's in these neighborhoods, the ecstasy, the coke, the molly, that whatever the fuck you want. We not making this shit. All of this stuff is concentrated in these areas for a reason. Like he said, you don't see none of that. When you go to a certain spot in Chicago, you don't see none of that shit. So if we don't have planes, trains, buses, and boats owned by the black society that's bringing this stuff in, how the hell is it getting in? By the masses. It's something that's keeping these areas suppressed all across America. Your Chicago's, your Memphis, your Baltimore, New Orleans, whatever you want to name it.
Thought y'all was pushing peace out there. Now I'm looking at me crazy.
And then, like he said, as soon as the movements pop off, you get the unity movements, you get the J-Manes, you get, because however you want to take him as a comedian or whatever, he's attached to real movements that are going on, progressive movements for the black community, like the unity movement. As soon as you see this shit kicking up and people are bringing real faces from the trenches that are directly attached to a lot of these conflicts, and squashing these shits and suppressing them. Now you see it's a agenda to keep up the bullshit. Let's dump more bullshit into what's going on and suppress it because we don't need these people coming together.
It hit different. So for a minute, the shit we was doing, it was working. It's still working. Cause you got certain motherfuckers that's like J-Man. Like, no, I'ma stand up against the negative. I'm for them. I'm going to be the positive no matter if a motherfucker dissing my dead homies, no matter if motherfuckers shooting at me. I'm still finna go this route. You catching my drift? I just seen on For Them Great, I just seen on a platform, shout out to Chemo84. He gave his op a pass at the baby shower. Our energy is rubbing off on the youth. He called us out, hey, look, I could have shot the baby shower up. All right, now I'm finna do this blog. It hit different. Let me come through the whoop. So that shit is rubbing off on the youth.
And people may look at that as some small shit, but that's a big victory in that young man's world. Because the laws of how shit go when you get into this street culture is no matter where it's at, it's going down. When I see you, if you shot at me, if you killed my homie, you did this, you did that, you accosted me in some type of way. When I see you, it's that. It don't matter where the fuck we at. So for him to give a pass at the baby shower when you at your most vulnerable, THF Zoo got killed like that because he was at his most vulnerable. I don't even think that man was there getting parts for his car. Because if it was just for him, honest to God, truth, he probably would have just went and got some shit offline or anything, had somebody else do it, whatever. That sounded like it was a woman attached to that. The urgency of it. To just be standing outside doing some shit. That sounded like your old lady said, babe, I need this car part now. And you was like, oh man, you gotta wait till next Tuesday. I'm gonna get it off Amazon. No, we need it right now. And he rushed out the door to go get that shit. He's standing out there for an hour. Niggas catch him loafing. With this shit, it could go down at any moment, any time. And when you at your most vulnerable, that's when it's gonna really hit you. So for him to say he gave dude a pass at the baby shower, that was honorable.
Them the people,
he
them the souls that we trying to save, Sean. Them the souls we trying to save. So like I told you before, if I can save one on For Them Great, I'm gonna save somebody else. It's gonna be a chain. It's gonna be a chain reaction with this shit on game. Like break this shit down.
Yeah.
Auto-tune is when
I agree with him, man. Salute the brother J-Man and his work, bro. And anybody doing the same, for real.
I see Zay Osama, he apologized to Bayzoo and paid homage.
That's 100
today. He was doing some trolling in the beginning, but he apologized.
Nah, that's real. That's real, bro. That's real on For Them Great. So what it is Lil Zay can't act like he ain't got no heart, gang. We all got hearts, bro. We might be from Chicago. Our shit might be a little colder than y'all shit from Texas, Sean. Well, matter of fact, you from Philly.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? It hit different. Our shit might be a little colder than for them from Philly. Our shit might be a little colder than for them from even LA, even though they like that in LA too, on for them. But our shit might be a little colder in Chicago than for them in Milwaukee who get busy. It hit different. Do your homework when they call that Milwaukee out there and shit. It hit different. So our shit is just a little colder, but Zay got a heart, man. Zay got a heart like J-Man got a heart, bro. So, like I say, it's up to Lil Zay to be that voice. Like I told Ike Munda, it's up to you to be that voice. Like I told, it's gonna take all, it ain't no little eyes, big U's, Sean. It's gonna take all of us. That's why I appreciate you for having me on this platform so I can break all this shit down. Cause they need to hear this shit, Sean.
That's real though.
They need to hear it.
That's real.
They need to hear it. They ass be over whooping and whopping whoop land, gang.
What did he just say, man? Go back.
Cause they need to hear this shit, Sean. They need to hear it. They need to hear it. They ass be over whooping and whopping whoop land, gang. 30.
One more time.
Cause they need to hear this shit, Sean. They need to hear it. They need to hear it. They ass be over whooping and whopping whoop land, gang.
What? Bro, I'm from the rack too, bro. I understand where you be whooping, but What did he just say, man? Folks be making shit up, G. He be making this shit up as he go.
30. They shot Bayzoo 39 times, gang. Like, at some point, the man was dead, gang. The man was fucking dead. Like, why is y'all steady shooting?
39 shots were let off. I don't think he got hit that many times.
Oh.
One dude had a 9mm. One dude had a rifle.
A rifle?
A Draco bullet type bullets.
Yeah, you let somebody get up close on you with a Draco, it's over with. It's done. I ain't even gonna lie. That's what that was made for. That's one of them close range, mini AK. It's supposed to, man, look. Because from far down the street, he may hit everything but your ass. But when they get up close on you with a Draco, it's bad for you, gang. Luckily, them two other dudes survived, shit.
Yeah, I got those too, Sean. But like I say, that's to protect my house and motherfucker coming in my personal space. On Fulham Gray. We have the right to bear arms. On Fulham, a tiger might run in my shit. Fop, fop. Like, you see what I'm saying? Not a tiger, but...
Yeah, Texas is a little bit different than Texas. It's open carry. Even if you're a felon in Texas, you got the right to bear arm in your house, in your crib, and protect your home. It's written in law. You can Google it. I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of crazy shit about Texas, but gun laws is to your benefit. My hand itching, so I'm rubbing my palms together. We gonna get some money.
You know what I mean? Because no cruelty to animals, but you know what I mean? Let's just say, if I really see an alien, break that shit down. Not anybody but Space God. I like Space God. That's the only alien I rock with.
Folks is stupid, man. Oh, man.
I started my degree in 19...
It's crazy. Yeah, I repeated his brother Bayzoo, man. It's pretty crazy.
Let's address the elephant in the room. Over the weekend, Bayzoo was killed, and there's surveillance of it. I guess he was at a car park place, and two guys ran up on him, and 39 shots were fired.
Damn, it was 39?
Yep, it was. Is
39. That shit fucking necessary? Put it like this, bro. It fucked me up because Tay Savage was just finna. I just did an interview with Timo. You remember Timo, the one who got dropped from OTF? Break the shit down. You did your homework on the Bippers. You did your homework on Murder Town. Do your homework on Tay Savage. Say he called me like, J-Man, I see y'all got the
5-7
house
your
in
ass
Chicago
silly as
right
hell.
now.
I just seen folks in the comments. I just pulled up the chat. My bad. I ain't see you down there.
Hold on, I see y'all over whooping at the content house. On phone I'm like, yeah, this some Pusha P shit that we started over here. On phone I say this a place the GDs, the BDs, the Vice Lords, on phone great, phone from out west, phone from out south, and over east can come together and whoop in peace. Nothing happens over here. Ain't a shot been licked off. So taking that, I'm bringing you Timo and Bayzoo.
Yeah, it's dope. The content house. I heard about that a bunch of times. The content house in Chicago. I got a couple homies that do content and shit, and they definitely be at the house. And shout out to everybody that's working in Chicago and making a change, man, for real. That's doing something progressive and productive and positive for the youth to see it and understand that you don't have to go the routes that we kind of was presenting at first, because that's all. I often tell people the art is a reflection of the life. So if the life wasn't as fucked up in Chicago that we had to live on the South Side, y'all wouldn't have seen it through the art. Y'all would have seen something else. You get what I'm saying? So it's, man.
Bro, to see Bayzoo die like a day or two after Tay Savage told me he finna bring that man to me, bro, that shit f***ed me up, gang. That shit f***ed me up. I say, Tay, what the bro? That's all it ain't that I blame Tay, but I'm Tay. You supposed to brought that man to me. Cause I just feel like if Bayzoo came to that content house, it's certain shit that you do in your life, like you wouldn't even been here at that certain time. He probably would have still been with J-Man because the energy might have been just that damn good. You catch my drift? So for me to see Bayzoo get killed like that, bro, broad daylight, bro, it made me, I'm like, what the fuck he do? Like, break the shit down. I know Dirk been talking about him in his music for years. Like, everybody know Bayzoo was one of them. So it's like, I can't question certain shit. Like, what the
I thought the same thing with, but it's one of those things where these guys was in the streets and they had beefs that lasted years with so many people. You can't really pinpoint anything. Everybody kind of want to blame Lil Zay allegedly because they have this back and forth allegedly over these watches or whatnot, and him breaking off from OTF because he felt like he got snaked. I understand it, but at the same time, Chicago, the Wild West. I just told y'all that, man. It's no telling where it comes from when somebody get killed because it's so much shit going on. It could have nothing to do with no ops. It could have been a personal beef. He fucked somebody bitch. You know what I'm saying? Anything. Could have been anything. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, once again, RIP to the brother Zoo. We gonna close this one out. And I appreciate y'all stopping by. And make sure that y'all get to Steve-O Stoner. That's my YouTube with the music channel. And y'all make sure that y'all get over to Stoner Trap Records. That's my Instagram, so y'all could cop all of the products, check out more videos, and stay in tune. You dig? Peace.